Understanding corporate moral responsibility. Corporations play a significant role in shaping modern society, from creating jobs to influencing government policies. With great power comes great responsibility, raising ethical questions about how businesses should contribute to the well-being of people and the environment. The debate centers on whether companies should focus solely on profit or also uphold social and ethical obligations. The shift toward corporate social responsibility, CSR. Many corporations now embrace corporate social responsibility, CSR, initiatives, committing to ethical labor practices, environmental sustainability, and community engagement. While some companies genuinely strive to make a positive impact, others engage in CSR as a marketing strategy, raising concerns about whether such efforts are driven by genuine responsibility or public relations. Profit versus social good. The ethical dilemma. A fundamental tension exists between maximizing shareholder profits and prioritizing social good. Some argue that businesses exist solely to generate profit, while others believe they should balance financial success with ethical considerations. The challenge lies in determining where to draw the line between economic interests and social accountability. Environmental responsibility and sustainability. Corporations are some of the biggest contributors to environmental degradation, including pollution and deforestation. Ethical responsibility demands that companies minimize their carbon footprint, adopt sustainable practices, and invest in green technologies. Governments and consumers increasingly pressure businesses to prioritize sustainability, but self-regulation remains inconsistent. Labor practices and ethical employment. Fair wages, safe working conditions, and non-exploitative labor practices are crucial aspects of corporate responsibility. However, issues like child labor, sweatshops, and unfair wages still persist in global supply chains. Companies must ensure ethical sourcing, transparency, and fair treatment of workers, rather than prioritizing cost-cutting at the expense of human rights. Corporate influence on politics and society. Businesses wield immense influence over politics through lobbying, campaign donations, and policy advocacy. While corporate involvement in governance is inevitable, ethical concerns arise when companies prioritize profits over public welfare. Transparency and accountability are crucial to preventing unethical corporate interference in policymaking. Consumer expectations and ethical accountability. Consumers increasingly demand ethical business practices, favoring brands that align with their values. Companies that fail to address social issues risk reputational damage and loss of customer trust. In response, businesses are adopting more ethical branding strategies, though some engage in deceptive practices like greenwashing, falsely marketing themselves as environmentally responsible. The role of regulations in enforcing corporate ethics. While some businesses voluntarily adopt ethical practices, government regulations play a key role in holding corporations accountable. Laws against pollution, labor exploitation, and monopolistic behavior help ensure businesses act in the public interest. However, regulatory loopholes and corporate lobbying often undermine these efforts. Philanthropy versus systemic change. Many corporations engage in philanthropy, donating to charities and social causes. While these efforts provide short-term benefits, they often fail to address systemic issues like income inequality and environmental destruction. True corporate responsibility requires fundamental changes in business operations rather than symbolic gestures. Balancing profitability with ethical business practices. Corporations must recognize that ethical responsibility and profitability are not mutually exclusive. Companies that prioritize sustainability, fair labor, and social impact can foster long-term success. Ultimately, businesses have a moral obligation to contribute positively to society, ensuring that their pursuit of profit does not come at the expense of people or the planet.